Welcome back. I'm Sabrina, and today I want to cover crochet charts. As you see down here, I have a chart of all the different symbols. Well, not all of them, but a good few. Some of the basically important ones are pretty much on this page. All most basic projects are just going to contain these pretty much four. I haven't seen a lot with treble crochet, and even fewer with double treble. If you're into amis or shawls and stuff, you will see a lot of the decreases and increases. These ones are right here. The clusters, the puff stitch, the baubles, and the popcorns are all for texture. You should really check your pattern and make sure that it is spelled out, because not all patterns are the same. Some designers will change the actual layout of these stitches. Shells are just pretty much an increase. So an increase is usually just 2, but a 5 double crochet shell is an increase of 5 stitches. The 3 chain picot, that will also need to be pretty much laid out for you in your pattern. I've seen 2 chains and 5 chain picots, I believe. Front post and back post double crochet. Those aren't very common. That gives it you can either give it a rib texture, or it could give it a more of a dimensional look. Let's see, I have another chart on the back here. Pretty much the same stuff. Let's go over abbreviations real quick. The beginning of your work. BG block, I've actually never seen that before, but blocking your work is pretty much shaping your work. Contrast color patterns will, if it's in the design, the different colors, it will tell you which colors start when. Chain double crochet decreases when you're making 2 stitches into 1. Double treble, half double, half treble increases when you're taking 1 stitch and making it 2 or 3 or 5. Repeat. A repeat's going to involve these brackets or parentheses, and you're going to repeat whatever's in that parentheses however many times the designer has asked you to do it. Round. Working in the round is you're connecting your work at some point and then start working up and not turning your work anymore. Single crochet, slip stitch, spaces, stitches. So spaces and stitches are different. So let's say if you do this right here, this line right here at the both ends of the X, those are stitches. This chain 1 is a space. 2 together, you'll see this under 2 together, 3 together, like right here. So that's a decrease usually. Treble, treble, I've actually never really seen that in a pattern before. Wrong side, when you're working rows back and forth, there's really no right side or wrong side, unless the pattern is explicitly giving you stitches that make it a right side and a wrong side. But the right side and wrong side usually involve going in the round, and you'll see, you will notice which is the wrong side and which is the right side. I will go over that in a future video. Yarn over is involves the stitches that it's asking you to do. It will usually only be called out in special stitches, like puff stitches or bauble stitches, however they define that. They're going to have to define it for you, and they're going to say yarn over, go through your loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So you're just putting your yarn over the hook. Like I said, the brackets and the parentheses, you're going to repeat whatever's within those however many times the designer has asked you to do that. And asterisks, or they could use asterisks. So it all depends on the designer. I just want to show you a chart real quick that I think I showed you before. They are useful for, I'd show you in the book, but I'd rather show you a free pattern. So this is the Fluffy Meringue shawl. You can find this on Ravelry or on the Crochet Crowd. I'll link that below. But as you can see, it's laying it out for you really nicely. It's showing you where stitches go where. I enjoy the words. I enjoy a written pattern along with the charted pattern. It just depends on what the pattern is. So as you can see, this is really going to help you show you what stitches go around which. So if the written pattern is not easy to read, or if you're getting confused, the chart will always help you. So I only have a black and white printer, so I'll show you real quick. Like a special stitch you might not have seen before or see very rarely is these ones right here with the little circles. So these are little hooks, and these are front post double crochet, and you will see that in the picture in the pattern. That's what the front post looks like from the right side. So when you're using a front post and a back post, that could usually determine there is a right side and a wrong side. The pattern will also tell you the special stitches, and you see how they have laid it out for you, because not all special stitches are the same per designer. Okay. This chart, let's say you're working in UK and wish to convert it to US. This chart, which you can find on Google, will lay it out for you. The top one is US, the bottom one is UK. So as you can see, UK only differs, it goes up one, so instead of a single in the UK, it's called a double. Instead of a half double, it's called a treble. Double, treble, treble, double treble, double treble, treble treble. So as you can see, that they're only off by one. And that might be because of the way they count and see the stitches on their hooks. So it's very minor. But these conversions are online, and I have seen them in the back of the UK pattern book as well. So I hope that helped. Always consult your pattern, and if you're unsure and they have not spelled it out, maybe look at some pictures of the finished product, and that might help. Or you can ask the designer directly. I know there's a lot of designers on Ravelry that are very communicative with their testers or with whoever is using their pattern. So reach out to them too, and it's a learning experience. I would always recommend starting with an affordable yarn. This is Red Heart. I've lost the wrapper. I would always start with the Red Heart and the hook size that it recommends. It might be a larger hook than you want to use. This is an eye hook, but always get started with something that you can see the stitches. So don't go with the black or very dark color. It'll be extremely hard to see your stitches even on a good day. I have a very hard time seeing black stitches, and acrylic is a good durable yarn to practice with. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next weekend. Bye.